Welcome back to the Flow of Life Tarot. I'm just recording this again. This keeps happening. I keep starting and then the camera cuts or distractions. So welcome. Thanks for bringing your energy. Thanks for being here. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If it's not your story, just feel free to hang out for the ride and see where this goes anyway. So just as I was about to start talking about how Mercury stationed direct a couple of days ago, and at the same time period the moon was void, moving from Pisces into Aries. And I was saying all this just as I was turning each of the cards, and I was saying how many people may have been feeling quite stuck, a lot of people and felt that things weren't gaining much traction or momentum. And as I was saying that, this was the first card that came. The energy is gaining momentum. And I was about to start talking about the Aries moon. I'm not sure if it's, where are we now? It might be in Taurus by now. Could be in Gemini. I'd have to check that. And of course, Aries is straight out the gate. It's the ruler of Mars. It's the action. And then we have surrendered to the divine. And it was a full moon that we had a few days ago in Aquarius. So you're ready to get going. I do feel like this is fresh new energy. As I was saying in the recording, we've had lots of similar messages or similar cards coming through, but I feel like fresh, new, out the gate, get going, let's get on with this kind of vibe. And we're going to use these to check out the flow of this story. Not necessarily past, present, future, but just the kind of currents that you're working with to see what energies. And this could apply to any area of your life, or it could be a life theme. So gaining momentum, that's how I feel we're at now. We've just, we may have been building a bit of steam in the last few weeks or months, if there's a specific project, or years, depending on what's going on in your life. And you're ready to get going. Okay. Oh, Two of Cups, lovely. Death. And what was this? The Creator. No, that's interesting. Right. Two of Cups usually is very much like the Lovers. It is about partnership and love, union. But it can also be that inner union that, it's like when all parts of ourselves are on board, we're ready to get going. Because often many of us can have these internal battles. Head says this, heart says this, we want to do this, but we like this, we prefer this, but we've got to do that. And it can be a bit of an internal pulling, and like I'm looking at this, the all-seeing eye. So I feel like the inner self, the true self, the higher self, the oversoul, the all-knowing eternal being that you are, okay, is watching over and seeing you come together. So you could say really that's what alignment's about, is all parts of yourself welcomed home and moving in the same direction for your highest good and greatest well-being. The intention with all these messages and all these readings is always for your highest good and greatest well-being. That doesn't mean you have to take everything. If it doesn't resonate, you leave it. That's fine. If it does, take it. You'll receive what you need to. Trust that. But I always feel that, if you've landed somewhere, it's for a reason. So there'll be some messages for you. So I feel like this is you getting your stuff together. And I feel it's because you've been through this massive transformation, huge. I mean, let's face it, the world has been doing that for quite a few months and years, very rapidly so. I mean, you can really say it's been happening for decades and longer, but we're seeing it very clearly now. And it's is powerful, which is why we need to be in alignment. It's a bit like if you're on a bike and you're going slow and you have a wobble, it's not so bad. If you're going at a bike at speed, like racing, or you see the guys on the, what's that thing that goes around? I want to say aerodrome, but that's not it. If those guys, if they're cycling, if they fall off at speed, it's a lot more dangerous. So it's the same with being in alignment. That's why you always hear people bang on about meditate, get clear, do the shadow work, observe your thoughts, feelings, actions. Bringing this awareness. It's the reason why this is being emphasized and so many people are talking about it is because we are gaining speed and momentum, and we need to be streamlined and clear and focused because of the power that's launching behind us. Yeah. And then this is interesting. This deck has 2 extra cards. One is yes and one is no. And no is such a powerful, it's a complete sentence. So this is reminding you to assert your boundaries, assert your rights, take care of yourself, protect your time, energy, resources. And that includes what you're thinking about, where you're putting emotional energy. Yes, do the work if you're kind of familiar with doing shadow work and exploring those areas and realms. But no, don't give your power away, and don't waste time on fruitless endeavors. This is interesting. Okay, and this is under Serenity of the Divine. And this is the creator, right? This is interesting. Yeah, this is a real powerful read already. Yeah, Major Arcana, extra card, and then the 2 of Cups. So whatever it is that's going on, whether it is this sort of this alignment and streamlining of self, or whether it is with partnership and collaboration with other, if you are collaborating with other, you still have to be streamlined within yourself. So it's the same energy regardless, right? Okay, let's get some Rider-Waite. Let's get a bit deeper. Energy is gaining momentum. Waxing moon. And I feel like there's this like electric buzz. There's this excitement, actually. So this isn't a negative reading. There's no such thing, really. There's like an electricity. There's a spark going on. Judgment. Okay, that just fell. What else? These 2. The moon and... yeah. Hang on a sec. Okay, just had to pause that. There's been a judgment call in your life somewhere recently, and this is what's kind of streamlined you and brought to your awareness about getting your stuff together, to get going, to get moving, to get forward. You've been juggling for a while, slightly perhaps just, it has been the summer, you could have just been enjoying the time out and enjoying the freedom, or the sense of freedom that comes with the summer, and juggling various things. But there's stuff going on in the subconscious that is demanding attention again, if it's not already something that you've been working with. Often the moon also represents the fears that we need to face, and the journey and the evolution that's ahead of us towards the sun. So we've got the sun and the moon here. So it's kind of like eclipse energy. So this is what's sort of electric and pushing you. And right now, I would say you're actually in this death process. This is a Plutonian scorpionic energy, and the original ruler of, was it a co-ruler with Aries? Pluto, Mars. Yeah, there's something about taking action because of the transformation that you've been through or you've been going through, a powerful rebirth, powerful transformation. And I feel like there's this energy of an engine revving or a racehorse ready to get out the gate and get going. Can we get a card for this? Okay. This is why I love working with tarot and oracle. You can't make this stuff up. It just blows me away. Sometimes I can't even get words out. Death. Okay, we've got death. This doesn't have to mean physical death. This is, this is a tarot reading about, with messages for your highest good and greatest well-being. Death is about transformation. It is about this rebirth and this renewal. Judgment is this awakening process where we've had a wake-up call. These aren't literal, but they are extremely powerful energies. And whatever it is that's been going on in your life or you've been facing and you've been dealing, and I haven't really dug into that, but it will be pretty profound for these cards to be up here already. Well, even if with the moon cards that we've got, these are strong, powerful energies. And we have this guidance here already with this surrender to the divine and this no. So we'll get into that. But I just wanted to just point out how powerful this is. Major arcana, and death for death. What is that about? Okay, a fiery climax approaches. Okay, I just wanted to say, if you have stumbled across this and you have been dealing with death or the loss of a loved one, just sending you so much love right now. The chance of these two coming up together is very rare. So really, this is quite a powerful message. I don't feel this is about the death and the loss of a loved one. So I'm going to continue with the metaphorical messages that we get with tarot rather than the literal. And of course, if anyone's concerned about any of their loved ones at the moment, then of course I'm also sending much love and peace to you at this time. So I'm going to continue with this with the metaphorical sense. This is really about the death of self, of old parts of self, old programming, things that we've released and transformed so that we can move forward in this fiery new way. I just wanted to clear this up because I can just feel this in my throat and in my heart, and just really wanted to acknowledge that before moving on. Okay, so we have death and death. I'm going to see if I can get another card on the table because we're going to see what exactly has been... Right, I'm just going to get another card for death. I've got death and death here. And the lovers. Okay. Love is Gemini energy. Death is Scorpio energy. We've got Aries. What else have we got on the table? We've got a lot of Scorpionic, Plutonic energy. And with the moon here, we've got Pisces energy. The lovers is Gemini energy and represents a choice. The choice is made. And often the Two of Cups, you can relate to the lovers card. But the Two of Cups is sometimes more a gentle version of that. And you can relate the Two of Pentacles as juggling with the choice being made. So this theme is now repeated 3 times about juggling and a choice, this or that. And to have it land on death twice, because you're going to start moving with momentum, this fiery start, suggests that you have made a choice and it is final. And it may have taken you quite a while to get to this place, and it may have been a very difficult path to get there and demanded quite a lot of you to get in alignment, to get your stuff together. I don't know why I'm stumbling over my words. It's because I know that it's powerful and I'm trying to find words to convey that. Let's just work with the cards and see what else comes up. So we've got lovers. Is there anything about this choice? Anything else we could know what this relates to? It could be a choice about love and relationships, but whatever it is, it's leading to success and victory. And look, he rides on the horse in this, same way that Death rides through on his horse, victorious. So you have made the right decision. It's very powerful. It's final. It's a double choice. It's like choosing between death and death. That's what the lovers, the Gemini energy, it's faced between this or that. And you had to choose between a rock and a hard place, and you've made a choice, and it's final, and it is victorious. Wow, this is phenomenally powerful. And this is why we have this Aries energy. Aries is the first sign in the zodiac, it rules the first house, it rules Mars, it rules action, it's go, 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 go. And to have this just a few days, this reading, a few days after Mercury going retrograde, after quite a few other powerful celestial alignments and movements, this is big. It's big. It's really big. So why? Why? So surrender to the divine. We've got the creator, which is also divine, its source, and then no. So that seems like a bit of a contradiction there. Okay, Knight of Swords. Yeah. So there's been powerful changes, powerful movement. For some people, I feel this is self-work that they could have been doing for years. For some people, I feel like this is something that's just happened and transformed sort of in weeks and months, really. So relatively new-ish. I've just seen a dragonfly, so that feels like a confirmation of that. They're symbolic of spirits and the other world, and of that birth, death, recycle, like a butterfly. Okay, I'm definitely dropped into a liminal space here, so words are going to be all over the place. You just have to pick them up and figure them out as I throw them out here. There is so much power behind this, and you've got so much movement and momentum. Pluto added to Mars is like rocket fuel added to a shuttlecock. It's gonna fly, it's gonna soar. And then to have this, surrender to the divine and know, this is a very solid reminder not to be cavalier and to rush headlong and just go off in a tangent with the ego, flying off, deciding it's just going to do what the heck it likes with the sword flying all over the place. So this is a very strong word of caution. It's not even a word of caution. It's saying, do not let the ego jump in and take over, okay? Because you've done all this work, you've gone through all this transformation, you've gone through powerful life experiences, you've gone through this death, rebirth, transformation, death, rebirth, transformation, a choice, okay? And victory is here for you. It's right here. And then you get this, surrender. So this is your higher self, your true heart of hearts, your oversoul, your team in spirit, reminding you to keep your ego in check, to stay in alignment and in your flow, in your zone, to keep that fluidity, to keep going, but not get sort of distracted like this Knight of Swords energy, which is, I'm seeing the red braces, Wolf of Wall Street, and the other one with, what's his name? I'm just seeing the red braces. Gordon Gekko. It's a bit like, okay, let's say you're playing a shot and it's I don't know, I'm seeing tennis game, Wimbledon final, and you're drawing aces, and I don't know, maybe it's suddenly advantage, but if you get this, you can win game, set and match. How focused do you have to be to stay on point and not let the ego run away? Okay, I think I've laboured that point enough. I think we've got the point. There's a lot of energy, there's a lot of excitement, and rightly so, because you're going to step into a whole new version of yourself and a whole new world. I'm laughing just because there's so many references and images running into my mind right now. And yeah, this is awesome. This is a really beautiful, awesome, powerful read. I want to know what it is that's coming. You're going to get your satisfaction. This guy always looks a bit like John Travolta to me. You're getting your 9 of Cups, which is extremely satisfying. But here with this Knight of Swords, it's sort of like, don't overindulge yourself. Don't let the ego F things up and get in the way. God, this had to come up, didn't it? So, right. The devil, as we know, in tarot represents these ties that bind. It's these subconscious programs and patterns that really just don't serve us. They're limitations, restrictions, and pretty much 9 times out of 10, they're internal systems that have been internalized, programs from childhood, from society, from culture, from generation, whatever else, DNA, ancestral inheritance, being human, for God's sakes. There's always something, right? So, you know, as we grow and realize we're responsible and accountable, and it's just us taking care of us, we get to choose, and we get to cut these things out. And we don't have to do it in one go. It can be a slow process. But this reminder is here to not trip us up. I mean, it's no big deal if it does, but you've just done so much work. Why waste it? Why lose this amazing momentum you've got? Yeah, you're setting off on a great new journey. I feel there's so much here. I'm wondering if there's something else. Okay, I'm going to get one card from the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck just to see if it just wraps this up and gives you... Just see if this wraps this up and gives just something... Because I almost feel this is acknowledgement and a bit of guidance, and a bit like some other messages. It's kind of like just cheering you on, just keep going. You're doing well. You've been through it, and you're getting through it. Time Master. This I associate again with Saturn, who is the grandfather of time, and in mythology, Cronus, Saturn. I think he ate his children. He was a jealous father archetype. Don't quote me on that. That's not 100% accurate. This is your time, okay? This is why you have this warning on this over here, because truly this is your time right now. It doesn't matter what age, what generation, what gender, how you identify, your demographic, your favorite music, what you wear on your feet. You are stepping into a powerful time of self-alignment, integration of the divine sacred inner masculine, divine sacred inner feminine. And again, I'm sort of getting Emperor energies. This is powerful stuff. This is unmessable with energy. You're going to be victorious. Whatever it is, whatever your plans are, work with the divine. Surrender to the divine. Don't F around. Don't be the fool. Don't overindulge. Don't go back to toxic patterns. Stay in your integrity. Stay in your alignment. Remember all the work you've had to do and the sacrifices and the losses that you've had to make, and that have been made for you. Because this now is your time. Phenomenally powerful. Whatever it is, work, life, career, projects, dreams, manifestations, leveling up, enlightenment, whatever it is, you know exactly what's going on in your life and in your world. And this is your time right now. So take it, run with it, stay on course, don't be an idiot. Okay, take care.